Introduction to React. Welcome everyone to Introduction to React. So React is a one of the cutting edge UI JavaScript library that's revolutionized how we build a web application. React isn't just a tool, uh, it's also a paradigm shift that emphasizes the creation of interactive, stateful, and reusable UI components. So as we uh, look into React, we will look at the core of React and its ecosystem and the pivotal role components play within it. So think about being able to creating your application like a Lego set where each piece, you can call each piece as component, fits perfectly with others to create complex structures with ease. Uh, this is what's really powerful and uh, about React. So in this introduction to React session, you will understand what components are, but also how to use them basically. So let's uh, look into it by understanding its core building blocks. Understanding components. So let's delve into the concept of components. Uh, Components are like the heart and soul of React. Let's imagine you're an architect. So in your toolkit as an architect, you have various building blocks. The building blocks may be bricks, windows, doors, and so on. Each would serve a unique purpose, and they can be combined in various ways to construct different structures. So you can think of React components similarly. You React components are the bricks of user interfaces. So if we kind of look back on HTML, just like how the h1 tag defines a header in HTML, a React component uh, can define a piece of UI. It'll be like a button, a form, or even an entire section of a web page. But not only that, there is more. Uh, Components are not just static like HTML. They can encapsulate markup, style, and logic. By encapsulating them, React components are can be dynamic and interactive. So by understanding components, you're not just learning to arrange UI components, but you're also learning to think in React. So if we look at this HTML snippet, we can see it's like a basic web page structure. And just remember this because we can start thinking about in terms of React components. Your first React component. So now we want to create a very first React component. So let's use another analogy. Let's say you're painting uh, something and you're you stroke your brush to uh, bring life to your canvas. In React, you can say that the canvas is the browser, and brush strokes are components. So we'll start simple with a welcome component. So you can think of this component like a greeting card displaying a warm hello world to users. It looks very, very simple, but if you actually look into it, even this basic component embodies the essence of React. The essence are encapsulation, reusability, and the seamless integration of markup and logic. So as we write this component, we can observe how we use JSX to mix HTML like syntax directly within JavaScript. It's it's a new concept that React introduced. So this combination of JavaScript and HTML like syntax made it really easy to express our UI structure naturally, as if we are narrating a story to the browser. Defining a component. So we'll look more into the React components. So we will look at how its structure looks like and how the lifestyle works. So when we define a React component, every line of code contributes to its behavior and appearance. So if we look at this profile component, this represents a user profile. So you can see how we use export default to make our component shareable. So by doing this, we allow other parts of our application to render it. So this process of defining and exporting components is similar to creating a blueprint that can be replicated and customized, uh, fostering a modular and scalable application architecture. As we uh, look through this example, pay attention to the JSX syntax. It is a mix of HTML and JavaScript. Using components. So we defined a profile component in a previous slide. So now that we have profile component, let's look into composition. I think uh, that React allowing you to compose components is where the true power of React is from. So you can kind of think of it as like a mosaic where each tile contribute to a larger picture. So in React, we can compose components to build a more complex UI. So if you look at this example, we have our gallery component can serve as a canvas for multiple profile components, as you can see. And this each each profile component would represent a different user, and this composition shows the reusability and versatility of components and allows us to assemble more sophisticated interfaces with minimal code due to reusing this same component. So also observe how how this gallery component encapsulates multiple profile components. This illustrates parent and child relationship in React's component hierarchy. So gallery would be a parent component, profile would be the child component. So this not only organizes our UI logically, but also encapsulates functionality, making our code base more maintainable and scalable. Nesting and organizing components. So as we look more into nesting and organizing components, you can see that React components can be nested within each other, but you want to make sure to properly organize them to avoid any chaos. So I would like to talk about uh, best practices for structuring components. It's really important to keep components modular and focused. So especially when you're defining components within component, it is important to avoid any performance bottlenecks and maintain a clean, efficient code. So if you look at this example, uh, this first one is the correct way of organizing component with you can see the gallery being used within an app component. So you want to make sure to avoid defining components within other components. Uh, as you can see in the commented out example, the commented out example uh, defines nested components in the app component. You definitely want to avoid this. So here's a recap. So we looked at the React and its core concept of React, which are components. And then we created first component and looked into how to define an organizing component. And we talked about composition. So we are kind of learning step by step to uh, really learn and master React, which will help us to build dynamic and responsive UIs. Thank you.